Okay, so as you know, a lot of information was dropped for Marvel Rivals with the upcoming seasons 9, and I'm attempting to actually try to understand what's going on myself and possibly give my friends something they can use for this upcoming season. Because a lot of people were upset with the whole team up shenanigans that and the regenerative shields. I'm kind of on the well, we'll see what happens kind of boat. So, going down, they seem to be decreasing the damage to energy conversion towards the ults for Vanguard and Duelists. And then for Strategists, they're bringing down the healing output and the damage output. And all that converging towards the ultimates. So that means everyone should be getting their ultimates more slowly. And this is the thing everybody was worried about, the generative shields, which from what I've actually seen so far, it's like they're kind of cutting the health in half in order to give you a shield and then give you a little more health on top of that. So you'll have your overshield, which acts as your actual shield, and then regenerative health that comes back. So I guess you can still call that a shield. You'll still get some health back after an encounter ends, and then so that'll be able to keep you up so you can like stay with the payload and things like that for a little while longer. Or you could go and find that health pack because we all need it. Which I wonder if that means the health pack would set you back to full health, which would make more sense because the generative shield is going to be the same. So basically what it's saying here, however, generative shields possess a powerful unique property. If you manage to avoid taking damage for about 5 seconds, your shields will automatically begin regenerating, fully recovering chargeable shield points over the next 5 seconds. For example, if you have a 300 regenerative shield pool, it recovers at 60 seconds. If you have 150, it'll recover in 30. Okay. So it'll start the healing process 5 seconds after a fight. That's 5 Mississippis, by the way, because I find it that recharging anything is like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, rather than 1, 2, 3. Well, that's about the same, but you have to pause. So even though it feels like it's not 5 seconds, it's more like 10. It's because of the Mississippi in there. Just got a text message. Okay, just wanted to make sure that person was okay, actually, so I was about to text them. Let's see here. Balance tweaks in this patch are primarily driven by two core factors. First, we evaluate every hero's overall performance during the Season 5 meta to guarantee a baseline level of balance across the board. Our primary focus was targeting heroes who are heavily overperforming and severely underperforming during each patch. Okay. Second, the most importantly, we conducted a comprehensive balance pass on every single hero based on the new team up system. We calculated the raw strength of their new team up effects and analyzed their playtest data with their widely wildly new meta. Okay. Note, because this patch isn't just about fixing Season 8.5, you might notice that some heroes who were underperforming last season are still getting nerfed today. This is because our internal playtests, these specific heroes synergize so incredibly well that the new team up system that they became utterly overpowered. We had to slightly reduce their baseline stats to ensure their overall gameplay experience, especially when paired with their team up partner, remains fair and balanced. For example, with the return of his Gamma Charge team up with Hulk, Iron Man was slightly passing his absolute peak power levels. Therefore, we've slightly shaved off his. Okay, that makes sense. So your baseline goes down because this new system would have made you overpowered. That makes sense. Okay, one of my favorites, Angela. They are taking 100 of her base health and giving her 200 shield because they're also taking away her team up anchor bonus health, which is fine. I don't see a problem with that. So basically, it's the same thing, just yeah, I get it. Okay, now it's starting to kind of click for me that it's called a shield. You get over shield to help with your regenerative shield, which is kind of crazy. Some people might get a little crazy with that, but we'll see. Cap is getting a new regenerative shield to help him hold the line, but at the cost of some base tankiness. They are shaving his base health in half, but giving him 300 shield. They're taking 100 bonus health from his team up. Total health reduced from 700 to 600. Does that fix his ult though? Because he gets a good amount of health with his ult, and if not, that's exactly what I was just talking about. It's gonna get a little crazy. People, we slipped Wade a few extra bucks so he'd bother to actually aim those hand cannons and use his defensive gear properly. Increase dual target. Increase the dual target eagles. This is for tank pool. Okay, so he gets a little bit of a buff from 39 to 40. 40 when upgraded. Standard and 39 for okay. That's dangerous. As it should be. Deadpool in your area. Upgrade increases damage reduction provided the ally to allies from 20 to 25 and from 30 to 35. Okay. Base. You're giving him a buff to the health and removing it. Okay. He doesn't get the regenerative shield. That's probably because of the damage reduction and stuff. Okay, that would make sense. Devil Dinosaur, our prehistoric pal, is beefing up his scales, making him an absolute terror to shake down. Increase health from 170. Do I English? 750, not 170. To 850. You gave him a buff to his health? I'm kidding. Increase the critical hit deduction provided by prehistoric plating, passive, from 50 to 60. Increase the ultimate energy gained from enemies, damaging or ally healing. He did healing? I might have to look that up myself because I don't really play dinosaurs, so that's probably my fault. Increase the reduced energy gain from enemies damaging and allies healing. Oh, okay, my bad. Allies healing him. Double dinosaur from 35 to 40. And he's losing his anchor 100, so that makes sense why his health is going up. Okay, so yeah, they're taking away what we knew for the team ups and actually adding them to the baseline of the character. Okay. Doctor Strange has spent some time studying the mystic arts of durability. We're padding Stephen's health and significantly fortifying the shield of the Seraphim. increase the. I'm sorry, I got distracted by the last thing. Increase the base from 575 to 650. Might give them 75 more. Hold on. Increases. I read things in like I'm reading the whole thing at once and not step by step, so that'll mess me up. Increase the shield value of the Shield of the Seraphim from 700 to 850. Okay. Remove the team up thing, that's 100. When Invisible Woman is selected as a team up partner, Doctor Strange's Shield of the Seraphim gains an additional 150. So now it's 100 if Susan is there. Is he trying to steal Mr. Fantastic's woman? What's going on here? So you're losing this, but you're not. Okay, so that's 150. And you're only getting 600, 2550. So you have a quarter left. Okay, so it's added to the overshield then. Because it's the shield, not the overshield. Okay, Groot. Full Blossom stands straighter as his own anchor to root himself firmly in the front line. 850. Great. Removes the team up for. Oh, okay, yep, that makes sense. Hulk. Hulk is giving everyone his gamma energy. What's going on, bro? You went from being a solo tank in the comics to being a helpful hand. We're reshaping the green Goliaths of bulk. While his punches hit harder, his massive HP pool is getting trimmed and supplemented with new regenerative shield. Alright, that makes sense. He does heal in battle. Increases heavy blow damage from 40 to 45, okay. Reduces health from 650 to 400, giving him 300 overshield. Do math. 50. There's 250 taken away. 200 goes to the overshield, and then another 100 from the removal of the team up. Increases the energy cost of Hulk Smash, the ultimate, from 3,400 to 3,700. Penny Parker. She just loses her team up, pretty much. I think y'all doing the girl dirty, okay? Y'all doing this girl dirty. Everyone hates her. Okay, Rogue, a favorite. Rogue's rolling power was a bit too oppressive, pulling back her damage reduction. Burst potential. Shame on you. That's all she got. Reduce the damage reduction provided by the defenses from 60 to 55. Okay, that's not too bad. It stinks, but it's not too bad. Reducing the maximum bonus damage added to Southern Raw at full power. Oh, I only got to enjoy that amount of damage for a period of time. Reducing health from. I'm sorry, what? 650 to 350. Adding 225. Okay, she's still in the higher tier of tank health, but I don't. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. The thing, which is exactly who I was thinking about with Rogue losing her health. Clobbering time. It truly is clobbering time. Ben's getting some extra survivability with on his heavy swings, and we're tweaking his hitbox to properly lock down launched targets. This increases bonus health. Okay. Increases the bonus health or over shield as I call it now, because we have the regenerative shield. Also, if it's bonus health, why does it tick down? Unless that's all that's overshield. Overshield I get should tick down. Bonus health I don't. If that's a thing. Slightly increases the vertical detection height of the anti-movement zone generated at the end of the anti-streak charge to prevent launched enemies from unexpectedly being able to use their movement abilities. That's better. Okay, thank you, thank you. There was a reason why we were charging, and now it's more devastating. Slightly reduce the backswing animation when clobbering time ultimate immediately following battle blitz or battle embattled yeet. I said yeet. Ain't no one getting yeeted up in here. Okay. Thor, the God of Thunder, is getting a jolt of agility and some fierce new shielding so he can give the storm more efficiency. Slightly increases the travel time of an uncharged quick cast of. Okay, thank you. Increases the damage of the hammer throw from 45 to 50 and on throw, and increases the damage on return. Nice, okay. I don't remember there being an actual return thing. My thing, I usually throw it at people in front of me, so that's probably why I don't get the piercing thing where it would come back. So I have not been using it the way I should have been using it. Lo siento. Increase the bonus health provided upon hit from 50 to 75. Okay. Reduce health from 600 to 300. Give him regenerate shield to 300. Sounds good to me. Because, again, just cutting it in half and applying that to the new regenerative shield. Okay. So you wear the hero down, and then you beat him up. Makes sense. We're reeling in the symbiote's ravenous resilience to ensure he isn't quite as impossible to put down. Reducing base health from 675 to 500. Adding a 250 shield, and he loses that anchor. So he's losing 75. It's 175. And he's gaining. And he's losing 50. Let's go 300. Oh, that's more than 300. I'm tripping. He's gaining. I gotta bring out the calculator because I'm thinking of way too many things all at once. Yeah. So he loses 175. And then he also loses. Dang it. He also loses his anchor thing. 325. They're putting 250 back. So he's really only losing 75 total. Yep, that makes sense. Alrighty. It's not too bad. But what about that bonus health ability he got? See, this one's gonna hurt me because they're not bringing her back to where she was in the beginning. I liked how Black Cat was in the beginning. I can understand where she was overpowered, but they nerfed her too hard. Because now it's harder to be a good one if you're learning. If you're already like a champion or a lord, it doesn't make too much of a difference. My thing is, she should have either both her dashes back or give her the accumulation of money from multiple opponents that she had before. That, because she only takes from one now, so if you're in a brawl of 3v1, which I usually end up in, I can only snatch from one person. So it's like I'm only dealing with one person at a time, though I'm dealing with 3 versus 1. You're punishing me. So that's my only big thing with that. Either give her both her dashes back, or the accumulation of the funds that she gets with multiple people attacking her, or she dashes through 3 people, she gets coins from those 3 people. I would like that mechanic back. Okay, so back on topic. Felicia's luck is taking a swing. She's getting a massive boost to her payout odds, but she'll have to rely on her new shields to survive the heist. Okay, so you're reducing her health from 275 to 150, but you give it back in shield 125. Increases the maximum fortune cap from 1000 to 1200. Okay. Increases the odds of securing a high fortune payout when using the Tablet of Destinies. And you're taking away the 5% damage boost. The Tablet of Destinies. I know that's the thing that gives you the more money, but then at the same time, it's kind of like, we'll see how it goes. Because I know for myself, I've kind of learned to kind of jump in and then try to get out as fast as possible, which I usually use my dash for the exit instead of the entry now, since I only have one. We'll see. We'll see how often it is to get that, or a better payout from it, because it was almost like pointless to even buy. Okay, Black Panther, King of Wakanda, swaps, raw vitality, or vibranium raid, generative shields, perfect for pouncing from the flanks. So he's losing his 275 to 150 and getting a 125. What I'm actually getting from this thing is that the regenerative shield is the same as health. You're really just getting that health back after the fight. So I don't think it's like a huge problem, you know? Because like instead of running away to get a health pack, possibly getting jumped, because someone was smart enough to kind of guard that health pack, knowing, oh, you took me out last fight. Let me go from spawn to the health pack so I could take you out there because I know that's where you're going next. But then you'll have a little bit of health because you would have regenerated some health from in that time. So okay. I don't think it's a bad idea at all. Scott was melting targets a bit too easily. He indeed was. We're dialing down his raw output and slowing his mobility to enemies have room to breathe. That would be nice. I do enjoy breathing. Reducing the optic blast single hit from 25 to 21. I have a thing with 5s and 0s, so seeing 21 irks me slightly. Like, I like seeing 5s and 0s. If you're gonna give me 25 or under 25, just give me 20. Reduce ricochet force from 80 to 75. Okay. So the initial hit that is 80 is now going to do 70. That means everything else is going to come down as well when it hits off of anything or hits from one person to the next. It's going to hurt less, which is fine because those are also percentage based. Increases the cooldown of from 12 to 15. I thought it was already 15. Oh, because again, Mississippi. So those 12 Mississippis. So that's about to hurt a little more. It's going to be like 2 Mississippis more. Removal of team up 5% damage, which is fine. Okay, Daredevil. Splitting his health in half, giving him the regenerative shield. Okay, so he's pretty much the same stuff. Not too bad. Merc with a mouth just loses his bonus damage. Elsa Bloodstone, our favorite monster hunter, is packing more heat in her shotgun, ensuring no beasts walk away from the brawl. Her double barrel is her double barrel blaster. Has 12 shells instead of 8. Okay. Increases Helix advance from 10 to 1. Why? Okay, again, with the irking of the 1 second. Why? Why can't we just keep it at 5 and zeros? I just like those numbers. When Devil Dino is selected as her team up partner, increase the double barrel blaster individual pellets from 4 to 5. Okay, okay. Hawkeye, that team up I saw them display, I liked that. I like how you get like a lesser variant of the same team ups, but when the character is there, you get like a better version. It's epic. So I kind of like the team up ideas too. But again, no biases from me just yet. I might say one thing today and be like, I was wrong. Take it all back. Slightly increase the damage scaling of piercing arrow while charging. Though the maximum fully charged damage remains unchanged, the piercing arrow's base projectile speed is going from 120 to 130 meters per second, and its maximum projectile speed 180 though. So it's going to be faster. Maximum projectile speed. Okay, so he's going to. Is he shooting faster? The piercing arrow. The projectile speed is this, and the maximum projectile. Okay, I'm guessing if it's fully charged, then it gets a speed boost. Okay, it's gonna be harder to dodge. I can see it coming and do the little Skyrim bob and weave, and now it's gonna be a little harder. Okay, Goddess of Death extends her deathly reach, and her Noctrude Crow form is now fully unleashed. Did you bring it down? So so the bird is like, okay, let me just read it. Increases the Night Short Thorn 70 to 80. Ooh. Adjust the damage fall off starting at 18 and reducing to 75 at 30 meters and starting at 18 meters and reducing to 75 to at. Okay, so if you're 18 meters away, that's the last bit of maximum damage you're gonna do. If you're 35, you're not gonna do jack squat, pretty much. Astral flock adjustment, and now fly freely in any direction in the crow form. But do I have to continue to wait 15 seconds before I can use it again? Bring that thing down. 10 seconds, that's all I'm asking. Make me wait 10 seconds. 15 is too long, and it's like, if that's the only thing she could really do to get away or to get bonus health, it's annoying to have to wait 15 seconds. You use it once, and then you get jumped, and then that's it. Okay, Human Torch. They take away his anger damage. We'll see about Human Torch because I was watching some videos about his damage output and buffs and things like that. I don't know how I feel about him, really. I don't really get to play him as much, but he's not really someone anyone feels threatened by. Okay, Tony's new team-up synergies are so powerful that we had to slightly dim the baseline glow on his repulsors and unibeam to keep things fair. Yeah, he was the test pilot for their new adjustments. So the single was from 50 to 40. 55 to 50. Okay, it's not too bad. Armor overcharged state reduces the blasters. Okay. See how it's doing the 5s to 0s and I'm not having a problem with it? Reducing the beam. Damage from 1. What? Oh, 190 per second to 1. Okay. remove the team up for the 5% boost. Okay. Magic! She gets a regenerative shield. Total health. Okay. That's fine. She gets a little bit of a buff. If you're going in with a sword, you're literally bringing a sword to a gunfight. I think a little bit of a tanky adjustment is required, especially if you're going to be good. Now, they didn't do anything with the attack, and I didn't say anything about her attack. She can dominate. But, yeah. Kanji demands more, so Mark is throwing sharper darts and working a bit harder to unleash his ultimate, which is fine. They're still not making it so that when he dies, the ult stops. Maybe it's because it's Kanchu doing the ult really. Just using him to tell him where to hit it. But okay. Increases present dart from 23 to 25. Okay. See? Nice 2-5 number. Ult's gonna take a little longer to charge, and they're removing a 5% damage boost. Okay. Jean's fire gets a minor dimming, but her ultimate is burning harder than ever. Okay. Okay. Just a 10 point bump. Not too bad. Ouch. Psylocke. Increasing her bow damage from 12 to 13. Okay. Reduces the health from 250 to 1 by giving her 100 generative shield. Okay. When Emma Frost is selected as her partner, increase the bonus health granted to Psylocke upon hitting an enemy with the wing shurikens from 10 to 15. Okay. And the partner. They did fix that team up, which I think is cool. So she fades in and out of existence if they're within her sphere, which is cool. Sphere of darkness. Or light, depending on which side you're using. Scarlet Witch, her dark shield can now be cast with her mystic projectile is active. So doing so will prematurely cancel it. I mean, that makes sense. My only thing is that during this form, she could still be damaged. Like, if Spider-Man puts a tracer on you, you could still be hit. Which I'm kind of like, what's the point of doing the whole projection if you're still gonna get hit? Okay, Peter Quill will have to dance a little faster now that we've taken away his extra on-demand padding. Removing the 5% bonus gain from the Stellar Shift. Reducing health to 150 and giving him the 100 over regenerative shield. Makes sense. So healing is still very necessary. Storm. Nice. So he gets a nice little boost. I appreciate that. And Punisher. Frank Castle's baseline arsenal is taking a tiny hit, but pairing him with Devlin of Hell's Kitchen creates a lethal combo. Reduce the rifle to from 20 to 19. I'm not gonna worry about this one too much because, to be honest with you, gotta keep them useful. Why 9.5? Why not just the whole point? Don't. Okay, leave that alone. His shotgun is still very devastating, and the gun takes a little bit of a hit. That's fine. Daredevil is his team up partner. Oh, he gets the point back if Daredevil is there. Oh. Okay, all right, that makes sense. Okay. So now that I don't have any worries about that now. I don't have any worries about that now. Adam Warlock. loses, well, he gets an increase to his health, 275. Reduce plasmic cluster projectile damage from 38 to 35. When Ultron is selected as his team up partner, increase quantum magic. Okay. He can be a pretty. Him and Luna do a good bit of damage. Let me just say that. Her Cloak and Dagger, Life Force Dagger on direct hit is now getting a buff from 12 to 15. Increase the lingering spell field healing from 20 to 25. Okay. Okay. See, I like those numbers. I like the numbers. Increase the one-time healing of the veil from 45 to 50. Increase the dagger storm from 45 to 50. Okay, okay. Strategist, he just loses his healing boost. Gambit, increase the card healing from 28 to 30. Okay. Oh, 5% healing boost. Okay. Invisible Woman, increasing the healing provided by an outgoing orb. Projection from 45 to 50. Or projection. Okay, that's the primary. And the return from 35 to 40. So he's gonna hit harder. And it's gonna suck. No, it's just the healing. I'm tripping. Luna! Remove the 10% damage boost from number 1 idol. Increase the healing boost from 10% to 20. Okay. So I guess that's when she flakes herself. Increase the healing boost provided to an attached ally by idle aura from 35 to 40. Oh my. Remove team up anchor. Bonus. Bonus 15%. This. Remove of the healing. All of the team up anchor bonus stuff is going away. So I'm going to stop reading that. Star-Lord is selected as her team up partner. Enhances the healing output of healing flower from 10 plus 2.5 the target's max health to 15 and 3. Okay. So they're giving her a little more useful healing. And when Adam Warlock is her partner, passive effects enhances natural favor. After casting Natural Anger, and only while Natural Anger is active, increase her self healing from 12 to. Oh my goodness. Okay. So she'll be able to survive just a little bit longer. Rocket. Increase the amount of healing when a repair mode orb passes through an ally. Increases the cost of his ultimate from 4,000 to 3,400. Distance based fall off logic to his ultimate's damage boost in bonus healing generation will begin at King at 8 meters, maxing at 60%. So it's going to go for longer? As in, the length of it will be longer? But you gotta make the characters useful. It's kind of like we're going to get a whole. This is honestly an overhaul, because we're about to get we're getting a bunch of new stuff, and these changes it's going to change the game a good bit. Increase the area healing output of the firewall. His team up. Who was it with? I forget who was it with. Was it Strange? No, I think it was another techno character. I don't remember. But he gets like 4 drones on the field. It's gonna be crazy. Strategists are gonna look like strategists. Increase the sanctuary cooldown from 12 to 15. Yeah. Remove team up of the healing boost, and I did it again. I read it again. It's okay. Upon activating the ultimate, you get a health increase, which is good by me. Well, all right. Those are all of the updates we are about to receive. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think there's anything that's like too crazy. Nothing too crazy. It's just everyone gets a little bit of a rework of their abilities than with the usual buffs to some characters and debuffs to some because of this new system that they're doing. I say just give it a chance. And then they already said if things get a little too wild, they'll do the work necessary to fix it up. So I say, hey, just give it a chance and see how it goes. Yeah. Thanks for joining me with this first time I'm ever really trying to do any of this stuff. And please let me know what y'all think.